Welcome to Trade Delicious's Bulls vs Bears, where the investing market meets gladiatorial combat in a battle for all bragging rights. Our contestants will be armed with a hefty $100,000 starting capital, leverage 1 to 10, and be given a single electrifying hour to out-trade each other. Their weapon? Real-time market data. Their battlefield? Designated assets via the hosts. But be careful, traders. A maximum drawdown of $5,000 stands as a pitfall you cannot afford to tumble into. And remember, this is a game of wit and skill, of strategy and performance. There will be no copy trading and no EAs allowed. You must stand your own ground. And to our viewers, you are the arena crowd, watching every strategy unfold live, every decision that has consequences, and every moment bringing these traders closer to victory or defeat. This is not just a trading game. This is Bulls vs Bears. This is the thrill of the financial arena right here on Trade Delicious. Let the games begin. Victor, Ruben, how are you guys doing? Are we excited? Are we ready to go?
Yes, of course we are. I will try to keep the win as last week. I don't know Victor trade, but I believe he's a good trader. So we'll see how it started around today.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go.
Fantastic. Right, look, we're going to dive into all about you guys, and we're going to try to put you off as much as possible. You guys already know who I am. You know who Alex is, so let's not waste any time. Guys, get ready to trade. I'm going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1.
No, 20 lots long.
It's funny. The last episode we actually had, where Ruben started off in drawdown and then finished off in profits, and Saul, it was the opposite. He started off in profits, then went into a bit of drawdown. But soon as we finished the competition, for people that saw the end to that episode, soon as we finished, the market absolutely dumped into Saul's favor, and he would have taken that competition. You know, he would have won that competition easy. But that just shows, obviously, the timing is a big thing as well. Ruben's been a little bit more hesitant this time as well. He hasn't jumped in pre-market this time.
So I'm going to jump over to Victor here. Victor, run me through. What's your strategy going into today? We're having a look. Obviously, you're confined to time. It's difficult. What are you looking at trying to achieve in this next 60 minutes?
Well, I usually don't trade like this within an hour. I'm a day trader, so I try to catch a move during one session. Either my targets get hit at the end of London or end of New York, and they take some time to build up. So I'm not sure how to tackle this, but I will try. What I will be looking for is perhaps 30 pips, catch some of the 30 pips move that usually euro dollar has during London, 30, 35 pips.
Beautiful. And have you altered your risk management plan going into this more of an entertainment arena in which you found yourself in, or are you going to stick to the usual way you run risk management?
I think I will have to up my risk. Otherwise, there will not be much movement within 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting way of trading like this. In all honesty, I think last week we actually saw, you know, it's you're under time pressure. You've got a lot of stuff to think about. You obviously got us chatting to you at the same time, and you got the markets moving, especially on the Open, the London Open. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. How long have you been trading, Victor?
I've been trading full time for about 4 years, I think. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 years. But I've been interested. I've been dabbling into trading for, I think, 10 years or so.
Wow.
Beautiful. Nice. So when you say full time. Trading?
Yeah, sorry.
I beg your pardon?
How did you get into trading?
I think about when there was the gold rush in 2008, 9, something like
Yeah.
that. I started an account, and I think I made 30 grand, something like that, without knowing what I was doing. And
It's not a bad bit of
uh,
pocket money.
but I lost it, almost all of it again.
Standard.
Since
Yeah, we've all been there.
Story of our lives, yeah.
But yeah, that got me the fever of trading.
Nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Great
So you're
stuff.
sitting on your hands here, very patient from Victor. Ruben, how are you feeling? What's your strategy going in today? Obviously, you've been in this position before. You know what to expect from the time limits. How's trading going for you?
I'm still trying to monitoring the markets. I just jump on without making any analysis before, so I need to jump over all the charts before I'm starting making any trades. I just had a small trade on euro yen with few pips here. Trying to monitor the markets a little bit.
Yeah, I can see you've banked is at $42 there, so
Yeah, not
very
a lot,
small
but
little scalp.
yeah, not a lot. I will try to change a little bit the strategy that I had last week, meaning I will try to be focusing only on M1, maximum M5 to take a decision. I will not go through like H4 daily chart, and I will try to use a little bit more lot size to gain a little bit more profit. So that's what I will do today, I think.
Yeah, so you're not looking just to get into a position and hold it. You're looking to get in and out basically quickly.
Yeah. I will try. It's not my best, I'd say my best thing in trading, because generally I prefer holding day trading or swing, but yeah, I will try to make some scalping today.
Yeah, it's very different as well when you're used to a certain way of trading, and then we're actually putting you under pressure, and you've got to change the way that you're doing everything. It's quite interesting to see how you guys cope with it, to be fair.
I find it so interesting moving into this because we're taking traders out of their usual comfort zone, confining them by time, giving them an account, and not just trade profitably and try to make money, but trade against someone, right? So you're head to head against someone. It's not a matter of just make money. And I think sometimes that really exaggerates some of the emotion we feel outside of trading and well, within trading as well, but putting it in a confined space and kind of shaking it up a little bit. It's always fun to see how people are thinking. I can see, Ruben, you've just executed another position here on CAD Japanese yen. Is it heading short?
Yeah, it is a short position. Again, looking at M5, quite strong resistance. We already had a lot of M1 rejection here. M5, we are at the top of stochastics, top of Bollinger Band. So again, I will try to close it very quickly as soon as we drop below. I open a little bit more lot size here and check how it will go. The stop loss is very tight. Again, it will be in and out very fast, and we will see how it goes.
Beautiful. Let's jump over to Victor. I can see you've executed a position too. We're looking at US dollar Swiss franc to the upside on the 5-minute chart here.
That is correct.
Let's have a look. And what was your indication or your signal to get into this trade?
Well, I use order blocks to try to gauge where the market wants to go. And in my analysis, this area could be a place where it will be turning around, possible turn. And I want to, if that is the case, then I want to jump on to the next station, if you will.
Look at those spreads, the fivers spreads. Oh, God, you got to love it, you know? I feel bad for all the other prop firms.
He's just throwing out jabs now. He's just taking the opportunity. Alex,
you
I want to ask you a question.
The fivers all the time, you know? Look, what, it's like zero spread on euro dollar, you know, zero spread on pound dollar, maybe, you know.
Beautiful. I want to ask you a question here, Alex. Have you found yourself trading during these competitions? Are you in any positions currently? Are you looking at the market?
Do you know what? I did take a position on dollar yen, which actually looks like it's stopped me out. So I'm actually not in any position now. I was actually looking at dollar yen. I know. Yeah. I was looking at dollar yen long, to be honest. But but I am definitely out by now. I don't know if anybody's got a dollar yen chart they want to pull up. Ruben, pull up a dollar yen chart.
I'm looking at the CAD yens, like very good circle here at the top,
Nice.
dropping down to my side. Euro dollar as well. I just opened a short position. So again, I will not look at the dollar yen right now. Let me be focusing on that.
There you go. I'm trying to put him up as much as possible. And if people actually look from last episode as well, this is again, Ruben is trading the exact same kind of way that he was trading last week. If you have a look at his chart from last week, pretty much exactly the same way. So Ruben is always trading the same way. It's obviously just fractal on different time frames, which is quite interesting because a lot of people may be, swapping and doing something totally different. He's always using Bollinger Bands. He's always using stochastics, and you use a lot of divergence and things like that. That's what you look at, Ruben, on stochastics or not?
No, I'm not looking at divergence specifically. I'm looking at when the market. Generally, stochastics is I would say momentum indicator. So I would rarely see like when stochastics is going up and up and up and making a flat area like this and starting to cross above 80. This would be indicating that the momentum is finished for a year on the upside, for example. That's what I'm very, like, one of the time looking. I can maybe reinforce a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you've entered another position here as well, Victor. What are you having a look at, or are you just doubling down into the same one?
I am. I take many positions as I see the market start moving. It doesn't mean. So I stack them.
Beautiful.
And you got two charts up the same. So you've got a 1 minute, and then obviously you've got a bigger time frame as well, just to get an overall overview of the market or overview of the price action. Correct?
Yes, but actually I have on another screen. I have trading view where I actually do the analysis.
Good stuff.
So this is only the execution, if I might put it that way.
Gosh, frustrating.
It's running quite nicely early days there for you. You've got a nice little volume pump that's just come in as we were having a nice chat. So he's putting the pressure to Ruben. Ruben, how are you feeling over there?
The market just punched against me, and I'm starting to start over trading right now. Meaning
just a little bit.
I'm getting sell again. I'm a little bit sad because the euro yen I was long here and just exiting it like very quickly. But again, this type of movement in the London session is for me like a plague. When I mean, like most of the time, the market will retrace. So I will try to go also on the euro yen. Maybe it will be like over exposed here on the yen, but I think that's what I would do. I'm just checking how the market can react here again.
Yeah, I'm looking at that dollar yen position that I did have. That's what you get when you have two tight stops. You get two tight stops, they take you out and then goes your direction. Happens way too often.
It does.
Maybe I should open up my stops a little bit and stop being greedy. Stop trying to get so much volume on the trade all the time. That being said, me and you, Jordan, you should jump in. I think we should jump in maybe at the last episode of the series, or maybe we should jump in the tournament as well, because I know you had a good trade and you put it onto Twitter. It got me.
I think it would be unfair for the hosts to win the tournament. No, I've thought about it.
You're confident in your trading ability under pressure.
Well, no, that's what scares me, right? Is that pressure. Now, look, I think it'll be good fun to give it a test run. I think it'll be good for us to know the pressure that we're putting these poor traders underneath as well, bringing them on camera and sitting here and asking them to trade live. I'm really curious to know what's going through your mind right now, Ruben. Obviously, this was a decent spike that's just gone through completely against your analysis. How are you managing these positions now, given that went against you?
Again, what is good in the London session is when we have a large movement on one side, and I believe the euro yen was also nice to see. But again, it took my first stop loss in the CAD yen, and I reopening quite very quickly after the market have a big drop. I can start to take some profit back close to the top here. I'm starting to be afraid a little bit that the market will not turn down in the time limit I wish to. So I will try to see that, because I'm 0.3% drawdown right now. So I will try. I will see.
And an update from you, Victor. How are these positions going? I can see we're looking pretty healthy on the open P&L. How are you feeling about them?
It's looking, it's doing what I expected. I didn't get the move or the entry I wanted, because actually I wanted for it to come into this area, and it didn't, and it started running before reaching it. So I wanted to get a much tighter stop loss to get a bigger position, but that wasn't possible. But it is going my way, so I feel comfortable right now. Let's see if it keep on going. This is a pair that I didn't have any analysis on this morning. I usually trade only the euro dollar, or mainly the euro dollar, but I check actually all pairs. So I haven't traded dollar Swiss in a long time, so I'm not familiar with all the structures. But I did see an opportunity, so I hopped on it without looking any further.
What's your process with exiting the positions? I can see obviously you've scaled into one, or you've built your position, and you've got a couple of stop losses there as well. What's the process with getting out in your normal trading, not just today, but in your normal trading? Do you look for fixed set prices where you'll close the whole position? Do you scale out? How does that work?
Well, I find it much more. Hold on, I gotta do something here.
Good stuff. You
Isn't
do.
it fun being distracted? Hang on.
Yeah. I love that. I love the fact that he stopped you there, Jordan. He was like, "I've got business. I've got to win this."
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Yeah. No, it's quite interesting to see the difference in people's trading, the way they look at the market, the way they get in. Very interesting.
Yes, as I was saying, what was the question?
What's
How'd you get
process?
out?
Oh yeah, the exit management. Well, I have targets, and the targets are based on structures or reactions I have seen previously of the market, so I know where the market might have a pause or a turn, and I put it into the context of the session, and I check out the range of the day, or the usual range, the ATR, to see if that fits the expectation, the normal expectation. And based on that, I choose what I feel is best. I do have a range, but in the end, it's discretionary. I have to choose what is more likely, and I throw in how much time I've got left in the session. I might look at how the market is signaling. Is it very bullish? Order flow structures, is it consistent or is it erratic? And based on that, I might put my targets a little bit further.
Let's go.
Or
Here we
not.
Is that a bit of banter coming through there from Ruben?
That's a let's go of you're in profit now, Rube. Is that correct? Let's have a look.
Yeah, the market gone on my side, starting to close on profits.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
nice.
throwing out. Look at this. He's getting
There
competitive.
you go. Return to the mean. Is that where we're going, Rube?
I hope so. But yeah, what was opening a short in the euro dollar, just here at the top, scaling it quite nice. CAD yen as well, euro yen as well. So yeah, bank some profits, and we will see. I'm quite big in the euro dollar. I have 7 lots right now.
Yeah.
So it's
How are
trading
you guys?
large.
How are you guys measuring risk, or is this measuring risk is just off the tables at the moment? What about you, Victor? Because I know your lot size it varies. I don't know if you're just putting, you know, you're doing risk management, or you're just putting kind of, it's very randomized. Because I see Ruben, he's got like a straight 2 lots or 3 lots. It's very even numbers, but here you've got, you know, it's slightly different. So I just wanted to understand your way of jumping in and doing risk on this challenge.
Sure. What I do is, hold on, I got something.
You concentrate.
mishap.
Wait,
Totally.
Alex, wait.
There's quite a few trades now. We should
wow.
how many lots are you in? I reckon you're at least over 20 lots. Of course,
You're gonna
over
be close
20 lots.
to trading
Easier.
almost $2 million.
Yeah. And we're only 25 minutes in as well.
Early doors. This is good.
Wow.
This is looking good. We're topsy-turvy. We've had some drawdowns. We've had some profits. At the moment, they're both in the green. So this is going to come down to who can make the most money. It's not going to be a matter of one loses, one wins. This is looking like it's going to be down to who can make the most money.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm trying to be focused on my trade, but I sometimes look on my right screen. I see Victor is quite going very aggressively. I don't know. So I should have been a little bit
intimidated.
more outside.
Ruben, you should focus on don't focus on Victor. It might put you off.
Yeah, this is what is difficult in that challenge, is to know how to face the second trader, which is very challenging.
That's what I mean. You're not just trading, right? Not only are you confined and live market conditions, but also you're trading against someone. So run me through, what is it that's making you, like, what's going through your head when you see Victor's positions, when you see how he's trading? What are you feeling?
I see that I have like used only 20% of my leverage, so maybe I should increase to 1 to 100. I don't know.
Oh,
So you
go
want
full
it makes
cliff.
you want to go.
yeah. But
That's dangerous talk here. Full
it's
cliff
very
inside the
difficult. Like
market.
we need to be very balanced between how the other trader is trading and how I'm focusing on my trades, which is not easy at all. But again, we will see. We have like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
You've
we've
got plenty. We're only 20 minutes in.
longer than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still a long way here. So that's what we're upping your risk right now. I mean, do you want to play the long game and potentially that risk doesn't work out for the other player? Or do you want to join that risk game? But remember, we've still got a long time left in this hour.
Yeah. That's why it's quite interesting. It's because it's not just about obviously getting in and getting out. You've obviously got to think about your strategy for this competition. You got to think about your trading, but also what's the best way of, beating the other person. And I think, especially when I think last week we saw everybody was so, aggressive with jumping in straight away. It was who's going to lose more money. And then obviously you had a winner that just Ruben that made that profit in the end, which is a very different story to today.
Yeah, sorry, I was not listening, but I don't. I think every single time I will probably do this challenge, I will probably behave a little bit more different, based on my past history or experience. So I don't know, but it will be very I will be learning step after step, I think, to try to master the game and not master trading probably on this one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did I just see you open $1 million position?
Yeah, correct. I just opened 10 lots on Caddy, and again, like I said, it will be in and out. I was short all the way down. Here, I probably want to go longer a little bit to hold. I don't know, maybe this zone here. Maybe not the best spot to do that, but again, it's a challenge, and hope we'll see how it goes.
So Ruben's feeling the head-to-head. How are you feeling over there, Victor?
I got into some drawdown. I took a few hits there, but that's that comes with being so aggressive. So it's okay.
Absolutely.
Well, the tables turned. That's interesting. You know, we turn our heads for 2 minutes, and then it's a different situation totally.
That happens more often than not. It looks like you're going for the approach of max leverage, guns to the wall, and let's see what we can achieve. Which I respect it. I respect it. We're in a competition here.
Bad habits with this series, Jordan. Maybe.
Maybe. But look, no, I think everyone knows that this is for entertainment, and we've highlighted multiple times that this is not how we usually trade. Or at least we speak for ourselves, but I think we speak for everyone. This is not how we usually trade, and that's why I wanted to do it, to bring that fresh challenge and heighten the intensity, heighten the pressure at the time limits, and see how traders can perform when they are confined to such tight areas.
100%. 100%.
So run us through what it is you're actually doing here, Victor.
Well, right now my script is not performing well. It's not putting my target, so I need to put them in manually. So it's taking my attention, but I still need to do it. So one part of trading is not only doing what you're supposed to do, but also mending when things don't go the way they should.
Yeah. I think with trading, you're managing the downside more than you're managing most of the upside. And if you can do that, in a good way, then obviously the ups outweigh the downs, and then obviously that's when you see yourself being a little bit more profitable than somebody that is losing all the time.
Jordan has entered the competition. I've just took a load of profits on gold there, which is I'm coming in.
How are you getting on, Rube? You're concentrating.
Yeah, I'm coming back to flat right now, just 0.3% up.
So you managed that trade. You didn't want to stay in that trade anymore. You just wanted to get out.
Yeah. Again, we'll continue on the same mindset. Sorry?
Was that the $1 million trade that you've closed?
Yeah, I closed it like few pips, then it turned down, and I'll close it, open it again. Again, not so sure on that one.
What's
again,
the fact? Sorry, Ruben. Carry on.
Yeah, no, the fact that we have very few time, I'm why not focusing only on the CAD yen and the euro dollar and the euro yen. I don't have time to like go on other charts and analyze the other one. So I'm trading what I have. You know, it's like you have you need to be vegan today and eat only vegan food. Like that's why I need to enter all those things, I think.
Great analogy. Amazing. Well, we need when we do like $1 million trade, we should get the guy from Austin Powers. You know, $1 million. We should just bring that guy on. That'd be hilarious.
So, would you consider, Ruben? Obviously, you haven't stopped complaining about the conditions, right?
I'm not complaining. Okay,
I'm just wondering.
All right.
When you consider, what would you be doing differently right now if you were outside of this competition, looking at these markets?
Love the question.
Yeah, I think we talked about this just after we finished the last session with Saul, but I think I will be having a specific trading plan and trading strategy, like not maybe what I will do, but like more the mindset and the psychology I should have into this challenge. I believe the trading plan is the most important, and how the risk management as well. I mean, okay, I have 40 minutes, I have 5% daily loss. Maybe I will be focusing on one trade, having 1% loss, 1% risk, open 5 different charts, diversifying, and then going. And here I'm doing quite blind because I don't have the trading plan yet. But maybe why not for the next time? Maybe I would be ready for that. I see that Victor already have like something to trade with, like risk management and something like that. I don't have this. Like I'm like trading very blind at the moment.
In your normal trading, though, you're normally on the higher time frames. You're on dailies. You're on the minimum of like 4 hours. So coming down here is quite different for you. I know.
Yeah. This is different. This is very different.
I just want to touch on the exuberating confidence from Ruben to say, next time I'll bring a plan. He's just so confident that he's going to remain in this competition.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, Ruben's a confident guy, you know. He also competes in tennis as well. So sports and competition sports and performance sports, you know, it's goes hand in hand with trading, I think. You got to be
Victor, how are you finding the arrangement of having an opponent and then also being able to hear how the opponent is doing and what they're thinking at the same time? Is that a new experience for you?
Of course it is. Usually when I trade, I only hear myself talking. But
sorry for disturbing.
No, it's not disturbing. It's fun to be part of this. But well, I was saying I wanted to say a couple of things. One is I usually, the same thing with Ruben, I don't have a trade plan. I do have a risk management indicator to help me position, but I don't have a plan. I'm just going blindly right now. Usually what I do is I go top down from all the way from the daily and higher time frames to the 8 or 4 hours to the 1, and then I wait market come to my area to execute. And then this time you don't have that luxury, so you have to just shoot away. Otherwise, I won't have any trades on. So it's good because I suppose under pressure you show your skill, but it's on the same time it's not how I trade or how it's not how I trade. Well, not in the sense I'm supposed to be patient, waiting for price to come to me, and I don't have that time now. So
yeah, we don't have the luxury of that in a time constrained trading platform. Correct me if I'm wrong here. You're long US dollar, Swiss franc, short euro US dollar. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
Do you, in normal trading conditions, does being exposed to the long side of the US dollar in two different pairs, does that factor within your trading plan? Obviously, the US dollar, if the US dollar is going to move, you've got two positions on two different assets here that are going to be affected. Do you think about that, or is that just they're completely different assets for you?
No, of course I do. It has everything to do with it. Today, for example, I did not check the dollar index, but of course that is part of my analysis. I need to know where the probabilities are. What are the odds that dollar is gonna continue or turn? That is very important. As we all know, dollar, the moves in the dollar moves everything else. It affects everything else. So. In this time, I did not check it, so I don't have an idea. I just started. I know from what I usually do that I trade euro dollar, so I know that the market's probably gonna be going up to find a higher swing point, but going back. So it's on a pullback right now, but where it's gonna be, it's difficult. If I may show it on the charts, let me see if I can show it. You can clearly see that it has like a lag, pullback, a lag, another lag, and this is a pullback. So I'm expecting this lag to continue during London. So and that's how I position myself. So I want to be short euro dollar, and that automatically means that I could be long any other dollar pairs. So I checked dollar Swiss, and I saw a structure where it might react to. This is my order block, so I knew when it had this reaction, that probably this is the ignition, and it might come back to the start of this price before it gets out. And that's exactly what I plan. I just saw it. Usually, my trades are a lot more planned than just going on a hunch like this. It's not a hunch, but I mean just on one thing I saw. I think who was it? Alex, I think you asked me a few minutes ago, how do I manage risk with my lot sizes? They're not random. What I do is I fix my risk at a dollar amount, and my stop is dependent on the charts. So depending on how big the move is and where I think it will not come back to. So depending on that distance, my indicator or the indicator I use automatically calculates my position size. So I know all my each time I enter, I know my risk, and I manage it. If I want to be extra aggressive, I can say, okay, I want to go in twice, 3 times, or 5 times in this case. But normally it's only just one, and that is why I in my strategy or my way of trading, I need to be very patient, because I want to get the optimal entry where the price will not come back to, so that I can get in with a fixed dollar amount of risk, but as big as possible position size. And that's why it's all over. But I don't look at the lot size. I don't need to.
Yeah. So when I trade, I just manually obviously enter. I do the risk and then I obviously enter it in. But you use an EA that, saves you a lot of time. And now I can see earn 4x. Maybe I should look about putting that on my charts, because it saved you a lot of time than working it out and then just putting it manually into the quick trader.
The thing is, my entries are scalp live. Even though I'm a day trader, my entries are usually a few pips. So I'm okay with being wrong a lot of the time. Just that I need to get, for my strategy to work, I need to be right 1 in 20 or 1 in 15 trades, and then I catch the wave, and it's an risk reward ratio of maybe a lot more than 20, and sometimes I stack it in. It's not always 20, of course, but at least above 10, and so and if I get 1, 2, 3 trades getting in, it's 30 Rs, and I may have lost 20 in the process catching the wave. So it looks like a lot, but the risk is I lose a lot as well. And if I do my analysis wrong, or if I'm not trading with the right psychology, then I only keep the losses, and I don't have any wins. Yeah. So it's difficult psychology wise, but this is how I trade, and I think this is the way that works for me.
100%. That's the thing. A lot of people, as well, for me, I have tight stop losses as well, and your percentage, your strike rate is obviously going to take a hit. The closer your stop losses are and the tighter they are, the less times you're going to win, the more times you're going to get stopped out. But when you do get that move, you obviously make up for all of those losses. So I can relate to that. How are you doing, Ruben? Because you are concentrated. I haven't seen Ruben's charts for a while. Okay.
Oh, nice. This is close. This is real close. I've been having a look. Obviously, Victor was getting up to about 3% in profit, and I was feeling okay, like this is setting a standard. But coming over to here, we're not too far away.
Not at all.
I took some bad decisions, specifically on the Canadian, where I was just long here, and I just closed it like break even. I was like 10 or 15 lots here, And the second bad decision is like I was also selling euro, something like here, and I close it very, very fast. So again, I try to give a little bit back. I'm in profit. I have like big 30 lots here because I see Victor is already at 3% up, so I have to risk a little bit more as we are approaching the end of the time limit, and we will see. But I like the fact that here the market dropped drastically very fast on this type of zone here. What I can expect, the market can bounce a little bit up, and I believe that here, if the market goes up a little bit, probably will be up to 2.5%. I don't know. So let's see how it goes.
Good stuff. It's quite close. It's very interesting to see how close it is. It is gonna be.
This one thing I'm noticing as we do these episodes is just how neck and neck it. I always thought like maybe we just have two massive outsiders and it'll be done within 20 minutes, right? I was just like,
Yeah. Blow the account.
It's nuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nuts because it's so seesawy. You know, Ruben went off at the beginning looking really good. Obviously, Victor went into a bit of a drawdown. Then vice versa, we've swapped, and now we're coming back to a median. And I mean, maybe we should start trying to pick a winner at the beginning, Alex, and just see if we can have a bet between us two.
Yeah,
because it's outrageous.
It's that would be a difficult one because it is so backwards and forwards. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I could sit here and watch this all day. You know, two people going head to head and trading against each other. But I think they're both in their own little zones now. I think they're both stopped really looking at each other and just focusing on what they can do in the moment they've got. And
I reckon we can still get in their ears, though, Alex.
Pardon?
I reckon we can still get in their ears. We've just crocked below 20 minutes, all right? So we've got about 19 minutes left of trading. So now we're getting into knuckle time. Now we're getting to where it really matters. Do you start taking those profits? Do you look to add more? This is where the pressure's going to kick in. And you can see I'm playing with Ruben's mind. I've got Ruben on the hook there.
19 minutes is a lot, okay? So like we are like 5 or 10 minutes, but I don't know.
What you've been doing the same thing you've been getting in fantastic positions and then closing them before. I'm not trying to get in your head a little bit, but you know.
I think at least we can come back to the like the TP. I believe we can go. Here we are a little not yet. Let's see. I don't know.
Sit on your hands is sometimes the good advice that a lot of people tell us on social media and Twitter. Just sit on your hands and be patient.
Yeah, I opened a Twitter not a long time ago.
Tips.
And how are you feeling going into the final 20 minutes here, Victor? Oh, all positions closed.
Good stuff.
Yes, because I saw a reaction, and I'm not sure if the market's kind of stalled. So I'm not sure if this is gonna be. I might pull back a little bit before going to my target, and because of the time, there we go. That's the move that I missed. So I closed it just on the safe side.
Okay, interesting.
And also,
are you going to be looking to open more positions?
Yes, I am. Also, I
love it.
I saw that. I think Ruben is. Am I ahead or not?
You are just.
Yeah.
So that's something I didn't want to give away. So
that's
good.
You play the game, you play the battle. That's correct. I would do the same.
Yeah,
personally.
It's good. It's good to see taking the competitiveness and running with it. I'm. What are you thinking, Alex? Who do you think is going to pip this?
Mate, honestly, it can all change straight away. Like it's difficult. And especially what we saw with Sal and Ruben last week. You know, time is a big thing, and we finished the competition last episode, and straight away as soon as we finished, it dumped, and Sal would have totally taken it. but he didn't. So time can tell, and it's what's the saying that it's not over until the fat lady sings? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that in 2000.
We're gonna find out, right? It's been said now.
It's been said, but we do not know, and we'll have to wait and see.
And how are you feeling, Ruben?
I closed the 30 lots here. I just opened again 13 lots just here long. I believe here the market can like retrace a little bit, especially on the London session where we are here. And basically, more the time I see the market is like having like ups and downs, something like that. Basically, it's good because the sellers are just stopping, and then we can see a wave of buyers or taking some profits after this huge drop. So we'll see. If not, I will continue a little bit to reinforce the position. I have quite a long zone here to go. So let's see.
Good stuff. Do me a favor, Ruben, quickly on the market watch. Just click on the top of the spread, please. Wow, look at those spreads. Wow.
Yeah, this is nice.
All right, building into a euro US dollar position. No? Is that not euro US?
Sorry?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, euro dollar. Yeah, euro dollar long.
Yeah.
I also see that Victor is short, so yeah, we are facing.
That's interesting. Victor's short and you're long.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm playing the psychological game on Ruben.
But even I was trading for myself here. I believe I will not open a sell because I'm not a breakout trader, right? All the time we do the same. No, I this is good that here I don't know if it will go my way or in the other way, but I will never go to a breakout. Basically, also in M1 when we see like a large drop like that. Again, this is our mindset, and this is why it's good to have this this 1-to-1 because the other trader can have a different mindset at all. It's nice to see.
It is. I'm loving this. As Alex said, I can sit here and watch this all day. I just want to pull 10 traders in and go wild and just sit back and eat some popcorn. It could be
I'm
nice.
just
The euro yen.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, to be honest.
Saying that, we've got 14 minutes on the clock here, guys. 14 minutes left of trading. So just to keep everyone up to date with how long's going, we are getting into crunch time. It is getting a little bit heated, right? I can cut the tension with a knife. We're getting there.
Mind
I'm
game
starting
going
to sweat,
all over
and
the
I'm not
place.
involved.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat because I put it on, put the aircon on heat by accident. I've been sweating. I was like, why is it so hot in here? And then I realized I had it on heat.
Beautiful.
Gosh.
I wish I needed the aircon right now. It is freezing cold here in Melbourne.
Oh, Australia. A sunny version of England. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a bit more space. And we're better
A little
at
bit
cricket.
more space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's better at rugby, though? UK?
I mean, the Wallabies, they're still in for a good shout. I mean, rugby league's big here, right? And that's just dominant. That's not even a contest. Rugby union, all right, we're getting a little bit closer. The Lions tour is getting closer too.
Here we go.
Don't get me started on rugby. We'll end up sitting here for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll turn a trading competition into a rugby competition. But Ruben looks like he's piling on the size.
And it's going well so far. And you know what's really interesting, Alex, is as you mentioned that, I've seen Victor's ears just peek a little bit and look over to another monitor.
Let's see. So let me have a look at Victor's charts. Let's see where Victor is at the moment. Okay. Interesting.
So you've still got a bit of a buffer there. You've got profit to lose ahead. You are a little bit ahead. But obviously losing positions, especially when you guys are going head to head to each other, that's kind of like a hedge that's going to come through. And he's let me talk him out of it.
We've got to be quiet, I think. We're giving.
Yeah,
too
we
much
need to
away,
sit in
Jordan. Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
sit down. We've got to be a bit more relaxed. But I
we
think,
need to be in a private room, I think.
yeah. Okay, cut the tension. It's so close. It's actually it's very exciting, to be honest.
It's getting
I
very
didn't
close.
close the position. The position hit the stop loss.
Ah, right. Okay.
Got you.
Okay. So what's your
But I
plan
was-
here? Obviously, you've still got half the position open.
Actually, I just leave it because I think it might come back. If I may show it on the chart, it might do this. That's fine. But I expect another continuation leg, maybe another 10 pips or so. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I think it could. So this is like a little pause, and I don't know. I have like 4 minutes for this to continue, and I don't think that's very probable, but it could. And the fact that it came back is not a concern to me. If it takes out these swing highs, then I consider that my idea is wrong. And that position that closed was actually like an add-on I put in with a very tight stop, because I was expecting maybe it could like flush down, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the luxury of the time to, wait for a structure, which I normally do before I add on. And I think I might need to close this, because I think Ruben is going to be right. There's going to be a pullback.
It's getting close. It's getting close. I could see Ruben very excited. Look at this. He's piled into the position, moving in to the final 10 minutes.
Not yet.
He's piled
Not
in.
yet. But I smell the move.
You smell the move. What are you looking for?
See.
This
We
is
never
on
know.
Euro US dollar as well. Talk us through the analysis here.
I have Cadian, which is nice. Like for this time, I went with my mind. Again, market is pushing up very fast. I'm against the trend every single time. Can start to close some, and the euro dollar, it's looked like a double bottom on M1. Here, like Victor, I was looking at this one here. I was a little bit afraid that the market can like drop down. Market drop above. We'll see if it continues. Here, I have nothing to do. Just wait, basically. But it's smelling good, I think.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's getting intense. I can't call it, eh? I'm really struggling to try and pick a winner here. You opted.
It can change in literally a minute. A couple of minutes is everything can change. The market 1 minute looks like it's about to drop down, and then it just retraces. It's you never know.
See, you've closed your positions here, Victor. What's your equity sitting at right now? You're up 2.2%, is it? What's the dollar value of profit that you've earned so far?
$2,245.
Okay. And Ruben, where are you currently sitting?
$1 million.
1,300. But I have still 19 lots open in euro dollars, so it can change very fast. Again, if we break here, if we reach the take profit, I believe we're going to be above Victor. So it depends. It depends what with the euro dollar, basically. I close also
Victor,
the CAD yen just at the min here. I see that we had a push up just here, so I close also like small to break even, and I will just give the euro dollar run to the top again.
This is tight. We're going into 7 minutes left. All right, we're going down into 7 minutes to go. Alex, who you picking?
Gonna have to wait and see. Last time I tried to pick somebody and it went totally wrong, different direction. So we will have to see. And I think it's tight. I think if Victor, he can just sit on his hands. Realistically, he's in a good place.
I think it's what Victor's doing.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it's not a bad strategy, to be honest. And we'll see if. But then again, he might sit on his hands, and then Ruben will just take him with his last position. So it really is neck to neck at the moment.
I can't lie. Everything about being a part of this makes me want to be a part of it. Alex, we're gonna have to do an episode going head to head. Like, I just want to be in this.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be sending shots left, right, and center. I'd be playing the mind game. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell you what, this is a tight finish. If in the next 6 minutes here, if this Euro continues to the upside, we've seen movement. We have movement. He's hedging his bets. He is hedging his bets. Interesting.
That's it. But Ruben's quite heavy though, so it still might not be enough.
That's why I got my finger on this button.
I like it. I like the mind games. I like the competition aspect in which you've gone for here, because obviously we're getting decent push to the upside here. I think this is going to be. I still think this might be tight.
How many minutes do we still have got left?
Probably about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
All right.
Hands on hips for Ruben. He's having a solid think about this.
That's the thing. It's not just about the trading. It's obviously about the tactics you're going to use against the other person as well. So it's
interesting.
It is interesting.
You're seeing old mate Handshake Tools is trying his hardest to keep this quiet and moving forward. Tell you what, I'm going to do you one. We're going to have a chat. Right, we're going to turn off both screens and we're going to have a chat. And we're just going to have a look at this nervous breakdown that's coming out of these two traders right now. And I'm telling you, my palms are sweaty. I
don't know what Victor's facial expressions are, I don't know if he's panicking. I don't know if he's got a massive smile on his face. Ruben, you can see his facial expressions from a mile off. He looks very confident at the moment. So
confidence?
That is a face of confidence, I think, with Ruben's got. Well, actually, maybe changing. You never know.
Oh,
and
guys.
I don't see what's going on either. So for me, it's going to be a surprise because Jordan, you're the only one who can see it now.
No. I can see, but I can't. I can see that positions are open. I cannot see what they are or how much profit they are bringing in. So we are blind right now, completely blind. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, and I am very excited to see how this ends up because this can go either way. Both are concentrating by far, probably the most we have all session. Considering that's a lot, considering we were told to be quiet by both traders both times. So this is interesting.
Very.
How you feeling, Ruben?
Not speaking.
And
we'll
Victor,
see,
how are
see.
you
I
feeling?
changed. I changed here the direction. Change the direction. Opening sell. That's what I have to do right now. I cannot do anything. Maybe Victor can open a sell. Why not to just counter this? But let's see. This is the only thing I have to do. I closed my long position on profits. We'll see what will be the end results. Maybe we have like a few minutes remaining. Very tight.
All right, Alex, I'm going to swing this to you. Was that a bluff or did he actually do that?
I don't know. I was actually just looking at the chart for euro dollar, just seeing if it did hit his take profit or not. Because if he would have left it, he would have hit his take profit. I don't know if he's bluffing.
Victor, how are you feeling? Bluff or no
This is
bluff?
intense, guys.
Yeah.
You're asking me if Ruben is bluffing?
I'm asking you if Ruben is bluffing.
I don't know Ruben. I can't say. I don't think he's bluffing.
I'm very good at poker.
Are you? Didn't I take your money last time we played?
No,
poker?
no way, no way.
Oi.
No? I don't know. I seem to think I beat you at poker last time. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Victor, what's your game plan?
No.
I've seen positions, I've seen other positions, I've seen no positions, I've seen more positions, right? I'm not giving anything away, but how are you feeling going in? What's your game plan here going into the final
really,
90 seconds?
Yeah, no. At those last seconds, I don't think there's much I can do. Really, if the market in the next bar will go up or down, it's pretty random at this point. So I'm looking at a possible move down in the next bar, but also I've been checking the dollar index, and I'm not sure that's all the move. So I'm in split decision. I don't know. So that's why I closed my position.
It's a lot of mixed.
Oh, he's closed. Okay, you want to tell everyone you've closed your positions?
There you go. Is it time up?
Not yet.
Maybe it's a bluff.
Yeah, you have 30 seconds, traders. So make sure you are ready to click close all. I will do a countdown for the final 5 seconds, and all positions must be closed immediately, okay?
I gotta say,
I don't know if Ruben liked that.
Fair play for both of you. It's been a fantastic episode, and it has been very exciting.
Yeah, I think whatever
All
the
right,
results,
traders.
we are
5,
probably both in
4, 3, 2, 1. Close them all.
Yeah, this will be tough.
Take a breath. We don't know who's won this competition.
Have you closed them? Everybody's got to close.
All are closed. I can
Yeah,
confirm all positions are closed.
Oh.
All right. Before we go through to who won, Victor, how did you find that hour of trading?
Intense, uncomfortable. It's out of my comfort zone. You don't have the time to choose your setups, and that is the only power we have as a trader. Before you enter, you can choose your setup. Once you enter, there is no control. You just let your odds play out, and in this time you can't choose, so you have to be quick, and yeah, it's difficult. I find it very difficult.
The way you've phrased that is just magnificent. I think, especially getting into the position and then just letting your odds play out, but you get to choose it. I couldn't have put that better myself. A massive rap to you for taking this challenge on and giving it a red hot crack. Ruben, how did you find the past hour? Second time going, was it any easier?
Not maybe easier, but my mindset changed, which is nice because I learned from last time to not holding the position for a long time, but like more be focusing on like very small time frame, like M1, M5, in and out very fast. Like Victor, I have the same idea. It's very difficult to. You cannot choose your setups, which means like if you're in a position, the market is driving you and not the opposite. Which was also very challenging. Yeah, same challenge as last time. The only thing is that the mindset has changed regarding the strategy and how I will take this challenge.
Amazing.
Shall we find out?
I'm excited. I just want to see. I just want to see. I'm on the edge of my seat, literally.
Who would you like to start with?
I just, let's start with Victor. We'll see what Victor, because I know Victor has done fantastically well. I know Ruben is going to come out and surprise us.
Victor, let us know what your final profit was.
Nice.
You want to read that out for us, Victor?
That's $2,184 dollars with 53 cents in 60 minutes.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
And now,
Fair play, Victor. Fair play.
Ruben.
Yeah, 1,611. So Victor
I gotta
is
say, mate,
is
fair
above.
play as well. You know, what I
It was
want to
very
know
nice
is,
both of
battle.
you-
Very nice,
did
very
you
nice
let
battle.
it go to your take profit?
Yes, I
Or
will
did you
explain what
cut it
happened.
early?
So here I was short, close it very quickly. I think we can see like the trade history. I was short like here, close it like
Yeah,
here and
boy.
here, very small. Then here, basically on that area, I opened buy. I didn't do the take profits here. I know that at this time Victor has opened a buy position. So when I know, like few minutes after he opened a buy position, I opened a sell position. Like I was selling the market just at the end of the time. Unfortunately, I needed to close the position. But here I believe this might be the end maybe of this impulse that I was waiting. My take profit was a little bit above, like maybe it was like my take profit was probably here. So I was not so far, but in any case, like the time will not be in my favor. So again, it was very, very nice battle. Congratulations, Victor, for this. You played amazingly, so that's good. And
Yeah.
something to say, we are both in profits, which is like I hope we will see the next challengers to at the end of the time being in profit, because I think we're gonna be so surprised having some people in 10 or 20 minutes touching the daily loss. So let's see. But I'm very impressed with that battle.
You both
Very nice
showed
battle.
fantastic ability and experience and management of trades. It was really interesting to see, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching you both participate. And Victor,
I'm thoroughly,
well
I'm
done.
impressed. I really am.
Thank you.
I genuinely
Thank
am
you.
impressed that we've had not just a neck and neck battle, but as you mentioned, Ruben, well, there was a bit of banter in there, right? A couple of shots fired, bit of
Gonna happen.
tension, which was good to see. But also for you both to finish in profits, upwards of 1%, 1.6% was it, and a 2.3%. I mean, that's pretty
Kudos.
outstanding. That's good going. Guys, big congratulations to Victor. Victor, we will see you in the next round. Ruben, unfortunately, that is the end of the journey for you, but don't worry. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to join us again on Trade Delicious.
Of course, I will be back. I'm still here, and good luck, Victor, for the next stage.
Amazing.
Thank you for playing along, Ruben.
You're welcome.
Take care, guys.
Hey guys, Jordan here. Just wanted to send you a personal little thank you for sticking around and watching us here at Trade Delicious. If you did enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Everything we do here is completely free. And of course, we have some other video suggestions here which you might love. We will see you in the next video.